Now this story is coming from 2 Kings chapter 4. It's the story of Elisha and the Shunammite woman. Now there was a couple in Shunem. They built a room on the roof of their house for Elisha to stay when he traveled through there. And once when he was there, he asked his servant Gehazi what could be done for the Shunammite woman. And Gehazi said, "Well, she has no son, and her husband is old." So he called for her. She came in the doorway, and Elijah told her, "This time next year, you will have a son." And she said, "Lord, don't get my hopes up, and don't lie to me." And yet, in a year, she was holding a son. She had her own son. And when the child grew, he was once out in the field with his father, and he was complaining of headaches. So his father sent him to his mother. He sat on his mother's lap till noon, and then the boy died. So the Shunammite woman, she took the boy, she put him in Elijah's room, laid him on Elijah's bed, and then she went and got her husband, and they saddled a donkey, and they told their servant to take her to Mount Carmel, and she said, "Go quickly and don't stop." And so she was on her way, and when she was in, Elijah saw her coming in the distance, and he sent his servant Gehazi out to greet her. He said, "Ask her if she's okay, and if her husband and her son are okay." And she told Gehazi that they were okay, but she continued on, and when she got to Elijah, she grabbed his feet, and Gehazi tried to push the woman away, and Elisha said, "She's in deep distress, and the Lord has hidden it from me, hasn't told me why, so leave her alone." And then she said, "Why'd you get my hopes up? I didn't ask you for a son." And so what happened was Elisha sent Gehazi with his staff and said, "Lay the staff on the boy to revive him." And Gehazi went, but there was no response. And then when Elisha got there, he went in the room where the boy was. He closed the door. He prayed to the Lord, and then he got up on the bed and crawled up on top of the boy face to face. And then the boy's body became warm. He got up. He walked back and forth in the room. And then he did it again. He crawled up on the bed. He got on top of the boy. And then the boy sneezed 7 times and then opened his eyes, and he was okay. So Elijah took him. And then he had Gehazi call for the Shunammite woman, and he said, here is your son." And she fell at Gehazi's feet. She took her son, and that's the story from 2 Kings chapter 4.